This is Vedra, a 2-year-old jungle carpet python, Morelia spilota cheynei. Vedra has been undergoing shift training. In other words, she has been taught to voluntarily shift or move into a new area when we ask her to. When she performs the desired behavior, Vedra receives a reward, usually food, but sometimes the reward is the freedom to move around an area outside of her enclosure on her own. Shift training is a hands-off, non-emergency approach to relocating a snake for enclosure cleaning, water changes, transport, or for any reason the snake needs to be removed from their normal enclosure to temporary holding. When time is not a factor, allowing the animal to shift on their own is a way to reduce handling stress by offering the animal choice and control over their own actions. In today's session, Vedra is asked to shift from her normal living enclosure into a temporary enclosure so that we can completely clean out her habitat and give her fresh water. She is prompted or cued to shift with the presentation of a target. A target is an object the animal has been taught to follow and subsequently touch with the body part in order to receive a reward. Vedra has been taught to follow and touch the target with her nose or a tongue flick, after which she generally receives a food reward. Vedra has been training this behavior for 10 months and is very quick to respond. She clearly recognizes, follows, and moves towards the target. The target is a plastic plate taped to a stick. It does not contain any food and is not scented, so this is a visual cue for her. Once she touches the target with her nose or tongue, a skilled trainer would immediately present her with a reward. I, however, am right-handed and manipulating the target with my right hand. This means I'm trying to manage feeding tongs with my left hand, and while Vedra is being extremely compliant and patient, I'm having trouble grasping her food reward and have already dropped it a couple of times. Lucky for me, Vedra has been at this long enough that she has progressed from a continuous reinforcement schedule to an intermittent schedule of reinforcement, which means some but not all occurrences of the behavior are rewarded. So she'll keep performing the behavior, waiting to hit the jackpot. This is the same principle that keeps humans coming back to the slot machines over and over. Eventually, my unskilled left hand can grasp the rodent by the tongs. Vedra touches the target and is rewarded. As you'll see here, Vedra likes to anchor her prehensile tail onto something while she eats hanging down. That's okay. She's habituated to my presence and not bothered by me being around her while she's eating. So I could easily take my hand and move her tail from her water dish to the perching inside her holding tub. However, I don't want to do this today because I want to clean out her enclosure and change out her water. So I'm going to use a hook today, and as you'll see, she switches her anchor hold from the edge of her water dish to the hook and then to one of the perches inside her holding area, where she can now enjoy her reward in peace, and I can take my time safely cleaning out and fixing up her living space. When it's time for her to go back in, I simply place her holding tub next to her regular enclosure and open it. She normally voluntarily goes back in on her own. On days when she chooses not to go back in, the same target used to get her out can also be used as a prompt to cue her back inside. Vedra and the other snakes I'm conducting training trials with are all demonstrating less fear, more confidence towards, and more ease around people. They're actively engaging more with their environments, seeking to exit their enclosures to explore novel settings, and exhibiting increased activity and physical movement within their enclosures. Snakes are excellent at associative learning, and this training is simple and straightforward. However, it does require patience on the human's part, as the training intervals will likely coincide with the snake's normal feeding, which of course may vary from weekly to every few weeks or even longer at times. Thank you for watching, and remember to like and subscribe for more animal training, behavior, and animal education content.